MTA 2 train, also known as the King of 7th Avenue Express. This train goes from the Bronx all the way to Brooklyn, and it starts off at Wakefield, 241st Street, and then goes into Flatbush Avenue, Brooklyn College. Sometimes there will be 2 shuttle service, and the shuttle would be going to East 180th Street via the White Plains. I'm here to explain the subway map, so let's go. It starts off at Wakefield on 41st Street, transferring to the 5 Loop to weekday rush hour service, and this continues on for the whole Bronx line. Then it heads into Nearwood Avenue, where the 5 train would normally be a last stop in the Bronx. It heads into 233rd Street, then to 225th Street. So the 5 teams to go into 219th Street, Gun Hill Road, and Burke Avenue. Then it dashes into Allerton Avenue, then Pelham Parkway. It heads into Bronx Park East. Then it heads into East 180th Street. Will be the last stop. That's the last stop for the 2 shuttle trains. Anyways, as it continues on, it heads into West Farm Square, East Tremont Avenue, then 174th Street, and then just rushes into Freeman Street. It heads into Simpson Street, and then it goes into Intervale Avenue. Then it goes into Prospect Avenue, Jackson Avenue, and then 3rd Avenue, 149th Street. Then to Grand Concourse, 149th Street. That's when the 5 train transfers stop, I think, for a little while. Anyways, as it heads into Manhattan, it heads into 135th Street, transferring to the 3 train. And they team up into 125th Street, transferring to the M60 Select bus service to the airport. Then 116th Street. Then Central Park North, 110th Street. And then it goes into 96th Street, where the 1 and 3 trains meet up, all the way into 72nd Street. Then it heads into Times Square, 42nd Street, transferring to the A, C, E, N, Q, R, W, and shuttle trains to Grand Central. And then it also transfers to the remaining 1, 3, and 7 trains, and the connections available to Port Authority Bus Terminal. It heads into Penn Station, 34th Street, where the 1, 3, A, C, and E trains, I think, mostly transfer, but I'm not going to count the A, C, nor E trains. It's just going to be 1 and 3. Connections available to Long Island Railroad, New Jersey Transit, and Amtrak trains. Then it heads into 14th Street, where the F, L, and M trains meet up, also counting the 1 and 3 trains. Then it heads into Chambers Street, where the 1 and 3 meet up again. Now, it heads into Park Place, where the A, C, E, R, and E, R, and W trains meet up, and 3 trains, also counting the 3. Then into Fulton Street, where the A, C, J, and Z trains, 3, 4, and 5 trains also meet up. But the AC is all times, JZ is only rush hour, and also following for the AC, which is the 3 train and 4 and 5 trains. It heads into Wall Street, then transferring to 3 trains for all times. Now it's heading into Brooklyn, into Clark Street, and then it goes into, that's when the 3 team up to Borough Hall, where the 4, 5, and 3 trains team up. Then into Hoyt Street, and the 3 train transferring continues on into Nevin Street, where the 4 and 5 trains meet up on weekdays only. 3 trains all times. It heads into Atlantic Avenue Barclays Center, where the B trains are on weekdays. D and QRW trains are on rush hour, limited rush hour. 3, 4, and 5 trains are all times, but the 4 and 5 is weekdays only, and the 3 train is all times. It heads into Bergen Street, where the 3 train meet up, and this continues on into Grand Army Plaza, Eastern Parkway Museum, and then it heads into Franklin Avenue, where the 3, 4, and 5 trains team up. That's when 3 train transfers end for a while. Then it heads into President Street, where now it's only when it's only weekday 5 trains. Then it heads into Sterling Street, and the 5 train transfers, and the 5 train weekday transfers continue on into Winthrop Street, Church Avenue. Church Avenue transferring to the G train, I think. Beverly Road, and then it heads into Newkirk, and finally, it heads into Brooklyn College, Flatbush Avenue. Well, that's all of the train stops it makes, all the way from Bronx, all the way to Brooklyn. Well, let's get this over with. Let's see what trains and miles this runs on. The 2 train only runs on the R142s, but sometimes the models like the 4 and 2 would swap, so you would mainly see R142s, R142As on the 2 train, and sometimes the 1 and 3 trains would swap, causing the R62 and R62A trains on the 2 line as well. Well, I hope you enjoyed this review. That's all I have for you guys. But needless to say, I would rate the 2 train a 9 out of 10, mostly, because it's my favorite line, first of all, and you could see the you could clearly see some of the rare trains like R62 2 trains, R62A 2 trains, and R142A 2 trains. But I think the most common one is the R33 Redbirds on the 2. Anyways, but the one reason why I give it a 9 out of 10 is because some of the stops on the 2 train line are mainly 5 train and 3 train stops. It's not a bad thing, it's a good thing, but yeah. Thanks for watching this review, and I'll see you on the 1 train one. Bye bye.